Good day, good evening, good night, and welcome to our 120th podcast. And we're still in France and we're still in Clay. I mean, I'm not sure when this is going to end because
in a week.
in a week,
Exactly in a week. In exactly a week.
Because there'll be like some kind of one-off, a couple of one-off tournaments.
Well, we don't care about those. Nobody cares.
Okay. Yeah. It's true because Roger will be back and he's certainly ain't playing on clay. So fuck everybody else.
Dang. Listen, you can get a couple points here and there from clay, but nobody's paying attention.
That is true. So we are in midway through the French Open 2018, and I don't know. I mean,
are you going to introduce us or what? What's going on?
That is true. You're right. I'm trying to get things along. Apparently, too quickly along. Okay. So before I go any further, let me introduce my co-hostesses with the mostesses. First, we have Andrine from Solely Tennis Travel. How are you, girl?
I'm good. I'm so sorry that Kasatkina and Wozniacki match got you all confused. So you forgot to introduce us.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, like, I don't know.
You all discombobulated by those serves, the spins.
I mean, I am moving at the pace of their serve, apparently. My brain is. My brain is in it. If you're listening to us live and you decided to turn off that match, which you should, because you should give us our undivided attention. Scoreboarding it, we're still at 1-set to Kasatkina, and we're 1-1 in the second set. But before I go any further, again, let me introduce my other co-hostesses with the mostesses, Janina from Foreign, Ohio. How are you, girl?
Oh, just fabulous. I love Clay. Oh, yeah.
Really?
Uh-huh,
oh, okay, okay.
Right.
Anything else going on in your life? Maybe NBA finals? Just
shut your fucking mouth.
How you feeling, Cavs lady?
You know what? I'm going to tell you how I'm feeling. I didn't stay up and watch that game. And I'm fucking glad I didn't.
Yeah, because that was highlight, girl. That highlight.
Shut up.
Not say highlight.
This is a podcast. We are moving on. We do not discuss he who should not be named J.R. Smith.
Oh. But just so you know, because I'm petty, I'm gonna get a J.R. Smith reference in there somehow, somewhere. Maybe more than once, just to let you know.
You didn't watch it.
Girl, we got highlights. We got Twitter.
Girl. Shit is everywhere, isn't it? It's fucking everywhere.
Are people pissed today? Are people pissed in Cleveland?
Are beyond fucking pissed. Like, how the fuck do you have one person score 50 plus points in a game and you lose?
Every time I see LeBron and I see those stats, I just see LeBron and I see Kevin. What's that comedian? Little guy, the little one.
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart.
Help me, help you.
Oh my god.
I keep thinking that I just keep it for LeBron. It's just like motherfucker. I'm just surrounded by scrubs. I mean, like, god damn. But anyway, we're not talking about basketball. We're talking about tennis. But let me just say, I was at the barber shop yesterday, and even the honorary white guy who came in there, he was joining in on the conversation, and he was not kind to J.R. Smith. I'm just saying.
How can you be? You can't be.
In fact, the white guy was saying something and nobody said no. They were all like, yeah. They were all in agreement with him.
But it did give us the best gift ever.
Oh my God, girl.
I love that gift. That is going to be me in a meeting of influence at some people.
I want the suit. I want the clutch. I want everything.
Do you know the most expensive part of that outfit is actually the bag. The bag is like $4,000.
Girl, no. I mean, the bag is expensive, but I mean, every bit of it was priceless. Every bit of it. I mean, just like, if they could gift the whole thing, GIF, actually. We have now been told, the creator said it's GIF, not GIF. GIF like the peanut butter.
I'm going to say GIF.
It is GIF. I'm telling you, my favorite bit, and I just gone, because you know what? Let me just say, this is Pride Month. And as the homosexual of this podcast, I mean, that gave me every single being of my homosexual self. It was living for that moment. From the look of like, why the fuck are we still asking the stupid ass question, to when we get up and we pull down our mini pants, That was like, I was like, is this for real? Is this a stunt? No, LeBron, you're just giving me every gay fire. Like, you're living my life. I mean, this is just...
Why are we still talking about basketball?
The clutch.
We're talking about the fashion, Janine.
That mirth. That fucking mirth. I'm telling you. I got your whole life in there. I don't know what's in there, but I'm definitely sure it's somebody's whole fucking life. J.R. Smith is in that mirth.
It's probably J.R. Smith's missing clothes, because remember the year that they won, he didn't wear any clothes for like a week.
I'm telling you, LeBron got that motherfucker balls in that mirth, and he's like, look, when you do better, you get your balls. Balls are for closers, okay? Balls are for closers.
Oh my God, that's great.
Ice cream is for winners.
But anyway, before we go any further, we have our fans that listen to us on time this time. Thank you, O, for the very first comment.
He's calling us out. Thank you.
I know.
Appreciate it.
And we have Dima. Was this arguing with the umpire? And every day the sun sets. What else is new, Dima? What else?
If I were Waz, I'd be like, let's get out of this match quickly. I'd like to go home, please. The sun is setting.
She's trying to get a new day. She's definitely trying to get a new day.
I would too. Get a new day. Start all over. Start fresh.
But Master A said both players want to stop playing, but the official says no. Master A, you are at the French Open, aren't you? I'm sure you're there.
Is he not there? No.
He's not?
No. Why do you think that?
Because he was arguing for a match to be moved. And I mean, people who are home watching it on TV can't be arguing for a match to be moved at a particular stadium.
Oh, shit.
Just saying. I mean, if you want a match to be on a different court, you got to be there to be demanded, to making such demand. Master Ace, no. Master Ace, no. Let's not be that guy. Okay, let's not be that guy. But anyway, so the French Open is midway, and as always, Vidal is still here. Robin Soderling is alive, but he's not playing. So, and his body is held up for the week. So I don't know if that's a surprise, but just saying, Vidal is still here, and the gift keeps on giving because he has some scrub, Matera or what?
Matera.
Yeah. I mean,
German player. Which will be real interesting. Let's just see how many games are we. No, I'm not.
Yeah, let us. I think that is
happy
the
for him that he's quarterfinal. He's got no quarterfinal.
I mean, we're happy for the check, but unfortunately, the check doesn't increase by how many games you won, or if you even show up.
Listen, that's great. That's the best thing about that is you get paid nevertheless. So. Nevertheless.
Hopefully, don't spend it all in one place, sir, and buy that Merce like LeBron got.
Can we talk about who is still left in this draw on the side of Rafa's side of the draw? I mean, I don't mean to be a bitch and all. Yes,
you do.
Why is Delpo still around? What the fuck? I thought that was injured.
Let me just say that. That is the biggest surprise for me of this tournament. No shade, no tea.
It really is. For me,
Delpo is still here, and he's playing confident tennis.
Why? What is going on?
I mean, like, but you know what? Double being that petty, bitchy, whiny guy he is, was balling all week up in Rome. My hand hurt. I can't move. And then show up in the toughest click-o tournament in the world and be slaying bitches like he was 19 all over again.
Retiring people. You know, I think what's going to be interesting is that when Federer retires, Delpo is going to have to come out of retirement to retire Federer. That's his goal.
Won't be happening. Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
I'm sure. No, but I mean, so yeah, I have to say I'm really surprised. That's the only surprising thing about this side of the draw is that Delpo's presence. Delpo looked at the draw and was like, I think I can make something happen here.
Dima says that, Kevin Anderson left in. Yeah, that is a surprise for me too. Kevin Anderson is still here. I mean, I'm always surprised when I have to say Kevin Anderson's name.
He's been second weeking it quite frequently, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what surgery he had, but he's been making a name for himself. I mean, like, goddamn.
Yeah, for well over a year now, so probably get used to it.
I think it's also a testament to sort of
giving your body a break.
No, the state of the men's game that Kevin Anderson. I mean, I think maybe Kevin Anderson is replacing Berdych. Maybe.
Oh, no, that is true.
Yeah. So.
No, he's not cute enough. He can't.
Well,
no, girl, we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. We're talking about being
his legs are too skinny.
Yeah, he's gonna be.
Warmer.
Yeah, he's beating who he needs to beat, and he'll be like a consistent, possible top 10 or 4.
Number 6, yeah, because we can't depend on the Frenchman, you know, and the Belgian. Well, when he feel like, hey, you know, luck goes his way, you know, but you know, Bert Anderson looked like he is staying in the top 10 because in the past he was a solid 15 guy.
Yeah. So with a sort of, you know, open, we have an open stance. Burditch can't win a match. So
even when you give him match point, like it's just like nope,
he can't win a match right now.
But didn't he win? I'm sure Burditch won a match here. Did he win a match at the French Open? Didn't he?
I don't think so, hon. I think Burditch went out. really early. I think Burditch went 5.
I think he won one match. I think he won one.
Did he win the first round? Who did he beat? I'm trying to find Burditch. No, he didn't. He lost to Shardy.
Yes, he did. Because God damn.
Yeah, told you.
But you know, he put up something on Twitter saying, you know, like, you know, what doesn't kill us makes us strong. You know, those kind of bullshit platitude, like I will be back, boo. Just look pretty.
He's been struggling.
Burditch, the only thing that's gonna save you right about now is your wife getting pregnant. Like David Ferrer's career. Have a baby.
Stop it. Ferrer wasn't saved. I have to say that was a little.
I mean,
that might be my second shock. That that Ferrer lost.
Really?
Yeah, first round. I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. He could say it's the baby. You could say it's the baby. Not like he pushed the baby out, but you know how men are, right? You know, like trying to take all the glory. It was hard work for me too. It's the Bailey. So I mean, because Ferrer didn't play much leading up to the tournament.
No,
but up to the tournament, he showed up in Rome. I mean, it is clay, but
it's not like it's a player that he's unfamiliar with. I mean, this is the guy. I think I remember this. If I'm not mistaken, I know this guy plays a lot of challengers like you watch reels. But I think I remember him because I think he played doubles with Rafa a few times. And
you say that as if I watch challengers to watch the tennis. I'm saying
no, but I mean, I'm just assuming he's kind of cute, so maybe you know this.
There's so many Spanish men in the challenges circuit. Like you just like you don't stick with names. You just body, just forget faces, just like body.
So I mean, that was a little bit of a surprise. So we're on Rafa's side of the draw, and no major upsets there. Everything is kind of steady.
I say Chilich. I mean, beyond Delpo still being here,
and Feliciano Lopez losing to Stacks. That was a little surprising.
Well, I'm happy for Stacks. Stack get some money. I'm surprised Stacks. I thought Stack would have taken Zverev. I was actually surprised Zverev got to the third round. That was a little bit surprised to me because I'm just like, God damn, he only gonna do one thing out here, just one thing.
But his game probably is going to be better suited for the grass, so he was probably happy to get to third round and then head out.
Yeah, and he was moving well too. If he's getting to the third round on clay, it means that he's definitely moving well. So
and Churich is.
Oh yeah, he's still around, isn't he?
No, he's not. He lost to Diego Schwartzman.
He's not.
But we said this, right? Didn't we? We said with the heavy muggy conditions.
Well, you know what, the conditions, has it been heavy? The rain hasn't been as much of a factor as I thought it would. I thought it would really make things very, very heavy overall, right?
But Diego is not going to let that forehand just now. It's just going to be like, yeah, bring that shit up. No. Diego was just like, and Diego did a quick 1, 2, 3 punch. We're out, boo. We're out. We're done. We're not trying to stick around and let your legs get in the better of me here today.
Oh shit!
So
that was good.
I was happy to see Diego get because I'm not. Eleanor said that Churich is overrated. It's not even that he's overrated. It's just has a nasty attitude, and he thinks he's the shit.
He does.
That's what I don't understand, boo. You don't have a fucking forehand. Your body is all right, but we're on the ATP. Lots of people got hot bodies, boo, and it's just you. And can we talk about the acne? Come on, boo. Calm yourself down. You're a solid 7 on the ATP scale on a good day. Don't push it, boo. Play a position. Youth is on your side at this point. You're 21, 22. So you can get away being, a twinkish, whatever the case may be. But calm the fuck down, boo. That ain't for you, okay?
Wow.
That ain't for you. Just saying. But yeah, so I mean on the other side, but I have to say, Cilic is still around. Cilic hasn't confused the matter. He hasn't tripped over himself, so he's playing as a solid number 3.
I don't know. Do you see him getting? I mean, I have him getting past Fabio, but it looks to me like Fabio's playing the better ball. But
that's another. I was just like, wow,
Fabio's looking really good this clay season.
He is staying focused. That's what I'm surprised. Cilic is not the new Burditch. Okay, come on, calm down now. Let's not get crazy.
Wait, no. Cilic is actually better than Burditch, which is
he is. Cilic has a major. He has a major
and 2 finals
and some. Some Masters
Series title too, so he has backed up the major. Okay, that's how we do it here. Reverse. We don't back up the Masters Series. Okay, unless you are. We back up the major. Okay, and Chile has done that. Okay, so have you seen Chung Le Jujisama? You see, this is what Chorich has going for him.
What?
All you people sweating him, thinking for your opponent fantasy. It's okay. He can be in your fantasy, in your mind, but he is not the tennis legend y'all want him out to be, okay? I know Chung has some issues to work out, but we'll get there, okay? Money covers everything, okay? We'll get there. And that Korean Asian market, they be giving sponsorship money out the wazoo. Look at Kenny Shikori.
Anyway.
What's that?
Not according to Lena. She had to go her own way.
Well, you know what? She has to be the barrier breaker, right? She opened the door for everybody, okay? Yeah. And depends on where you're from. Lena is from China.
True.
Chung is from South Korea. And Kay is from Japan. So that makes a difference. So yeah, I have to say, Fabio, I was surprised Fabio can keep his shit together. There's no arguments, no fluff. Even like questionable calls. He's like, go check it out. All right. Moving on. So I was really surprised to see him getting through. So that's really exciting so far. And are we going to do the other side now?
Yeah, let's flip it.
Ooh, we can't go forward until we spare a word. Should we even spare a word for Grigor Dimitrov? Should we even?
Nope.
I agree.
Mean, it's expected. I'm going to give him one word. It's expected. He got to he's gotten the farthest he's ever gotten, right? Last year. And this is his letdown season. Can I just call it that? His letdown season? Because he's been really unforgettable. He's been really forgettable, let's say. But I was looking forward to him playing Verdasco. I didn't think it was gonna be that easy.
Girl, even when Verdasco was up 2 sets to love, Janine and I spoke about it. Just like, wow, Verdasco's gonna lose this, right? Like
I said, oh, okay. So Dimitrov wins in 5.
The probability is that Verdasco will lose it. The higher probability is that, this is going to be Verdasco's turn. But Verdasco was on Grigor's ass like white on rice. He wouldn't let him get up. He was just like, nope, you're going to stay down here, boo.
It was the battle of the hotties. Or
ex-hotties.
No, Verdasco looks like a pound puppy. He is not cute anymore. His facial skin.
Sweetie.
It's sagging.
Christina McHale.
I never said she was hot.
No.
I never said she was hot.
That's not the point, Christina. That's not the point, Christina. Okay.
Verdasco is not cute anymore. He's not.
Well, I was just saying, I was just thinking of these minor moments. You got these little moments that I think players focus on, right? And I always feel to myself, okay, I feel like there's like these grudges that happen, right? Obviously, it's not a big deal. But I was like, Grigor versus Fernando Verdasco. There was like the hotties competing with each other. Maybe Verdasco had like extra motivation. I don't know. But I was a little bit surprised by that scoreline. I woke up to it because I was expecting to wake up to a 5-7.
We did think that as well. We thought that was going to go 5 sets. Go 5 sets. Meanwhile, Kara is asking for stop the play. I don't know why, like in cricket, there is actually an instrument that can measure light visibility.
Can't they just do a rule? We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that once we get there.
I mean, seriously.
You know what? I mean,
it has been suspended for the night. 3 games all in the second set.
That's perfect. Can I say you have the right to like pile on with me and tell me how Monfils performed or underperformed?
Okay, we can, but let me just see. Someone just said Illinois just said Verdasco and Feliciano need to stop posting these thirst trap pictures. No, they do not, Illinois. They don't. What's wrong with you?
At least Feliciano's face is still good looking.
What are your priorities, Eleanor? What are your priorities?
Eleanor, these are the only gifts they give us. That's it.
This is June.
Yeah, certainly not the tennis.
Pride Month. And I have a word to say on that later on in the show if I do remember. Let's just say turf strap pictures keep us all interested.
It saves
because
lives.
I show you.
Saves lives.
No one, I mean, we're not all watching men's tennis for the tennis. Let's be 100 here. Even if we're not even into men. It's just not always that great. But that's just me saying that. So yes, I have to say, yeah, great old girl. I don't know, boo. I don't know. You can deal with some issues. You said that, you have to take a break and deal with the mental health, and good for you. It's June. It's a perfect month to come out of the closet. I'm just saying, maybe that.
Oh my God.
Burden, but that might just be my wishful thinking. But
I think it is.
But the number 20th seed is still here, and he is looking like it's 2015 all over again.
Djokovic?
Yes, and there is no Stanley. So
I feel good about Djokovic. I mean, I don't
give me my fucking props.
Yeah, okay, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right.
Indestructible, but he's being properly tested, which I think is great for Djokovic. It's what he needs. I mean, since we can't test Rafa, but I think we should test Djokovic because
Djokovic doesn't need a test right now. Rafa is the one who needs a test.
No, Djokovic does, because I think he's one of those people that I think all of these wins that he's battling through is going to give him the confidence that he needs to say that he belongs. I just don't think you want to throw him against a top opponent right away. I don't think he should have like a soft draw like Rafa is having. I think Djokovic needs.
Said that this side of the draw is trash, and
this is the best side.
Bugwadis said that well, I mean, the whole draw is trash unless you're number one, Rafa, right?
No, I know, but this is the best side. This is
far more interesting matchup. Yeah. Yes, this side.
Everybody's killing themselves on this side, and if you think about it, even just in terms of watching tennis on TV, these matchups are the only ones that you're watching. The ones on the other side of the draw are kind of suspect. Think about it.
Bugwadis said, hold on, Djokovic, he or she said that Djokovic is his or her pick to get to the final from this side.
I mean, I think he has a strong shot. I mean,
Novak is the only one that can get into Rafa head. Eleanor, again, did we see that last matchup? Because Rafa was being merciful. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, it is, but at this point in time, who on this side of the draw is problematic for Rafa? Really, not very many. Definitely not Sasha. Because I mean, listen, I love Sasha. You know I do. Because I like my white athletes, arrogant, self-involved.
Oh, for fun.
But what is it's Bellatrix? Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, but I just think that Sasha is going to obviously lose something in the tank at some point, right? You can't be like 5-setting it the whole way. I mean, no one's doing that.
And here's the thing, right? We're questioning your fitness, and you're proving it to us every single match. Boo, that's not how it works. Ask Andy Murray.
I know.
That's not how it works, boo.
It's too much. It's too much now. I mean, I do think he's going to really try and battle, but I just feel like, weirdly enough, that team is fresher.
Oh, I think team is going to snatch it. And I know team, it was just like, yeah, you can have this Rome, because I ain't trying to battle Rafa one more time. Just no. It's just not necessary. And team said this on last match. He was just like, well, I'm feeling free and easier because, Rafa is not in this side of the draw. So.
I love it. Let's be honest.
I don't have to worry about him. So,
be honest.
But Sasha did not look well today at all. He, Chachanov or Karen was being Russian, and that's why Sasha is still in the quarterfinals. And congratulations, Sasha, because I put down a challenge to you that you get to the second week, and you not only got to the second week, you stamped your fucking foot into the second week by getting to the quarterfinals. Not a fourth rounder, you got to the quarterfinals. So that is legit. The furthest you've ever been in a major. So you have answered that part of the challenge. So I have to say, and
the 5-set challenge, but let's stop doing them now.
Yeah. Yes, boo. Too many. And Janina is absolutely right. Janina was calling that Djokovic would definitely be, the one to be afraid of in this side of the draw. And I was just like, girl, you crazy, Christina McHale. But you know what? Reels is absolutely wrong this time.
What if he loses to the surprise Italian?
Cicinato?
Cicinato.
Come on, stop being silly.
Listen, you know
he's
what?
roaring and growling and cussing and swearing.
Okay,
he's going to win.
But it's a surprise. It's a surprise. I mean, it's a surprise.
And he's also dancing. Novak, you don't have booty to do that kind of dance. No, you do not.
Listen.
But he's looking like he's getting his life back. You know, by the time the US Open comes, he'll be ready to go, ripping things apart, maybe shirts. Who knows?
Finally winning Cincinnati, just saying.
I know. Oh gosh. Maybe we just give him Cincinnati only this year. That's it. The only thing we'll give you.
Janina is like, I want my money back now.
But you know what? Not many surprises on this side of the draw. I think the only surprise for me is Cecchinato. I had Goffin. Listen, yes, I'm a Monfils fan, but I didn't have.
I didn't have that. I was actually surprised that Monfils had a chance, had a legit chance, had many chances.
Bro,
why are you surprised? Yeah. He has a chance against anyone he plays.
But you know what? For some weird reason, I was a little surprised. Like I just thought. Listen, I know that people say that Goffin is like a head case, but I just thought he was so much steadier. He's such a steadier ball player, and I just didn't know how match tough Monfils was. So I always thought that Monfils would not make it through that match, and I don't know. So I was a little bit surprised that it was as close as it was. And
I mean, he only had maybe like 25,000 match points.
God, I know, my God, but you know what? Then he would have been done and dusted too, because I think the biggest problem with Goffin was that he played 3 days in a row.
Yeah, so I mean, like the scheduling has been somewhat tougher on some people. I mean, it's not. I mean, the scheduling does not necessarily horrible for the women because it's almost like they're playing a regular match, and at some point, it doesn't catch up with them because they get that break. Mm-hmm. But I think on the men's side, for some of these guys, it's been really tough. You know, having to be the last match up. You know, having to go over, and I think playing against Monfils, despite him winning, was really draining because Monfils is, you know,
and he was down and came back.
Right, there is never a pattern you can establish with Monfils. You can't be like get into a groove. Though I am surprised. Apparently, Novak has beaten Monfils like 15 times. God.
Yeah, did you see that pigeon list? I love it. Whoever put that out on Twitter, that was a great pigeon list.
That part depressed me. I wasn't. I mean, that part I was just like, God damn, Monfils. You need to pull out more. God damn.
15.
You need to pull out. You need to match up for some of these matchups. For God's sake. So no wonder you were trying all kind of crazy shit in that US Open.
That US Open match.
I mean,
it was brutal. I think who else was on that list? It was a horrible list.
I don't know, but I mean that part gives me nightmare. That was just like, God damn.
It was a tweet from Mikhail Samulski, and it was people who had recorded 16 or more wins against a certain player. Roger is Mikhail Yuzny, 17-0, and Ferrer, 17-0. Djokovic is Gael Monfils, 15-0. Roger retired Jarko Nieminen, 15-0. And Rafa, it was Richard Gasquet, 15.
I mean,
brutal.
God damn. Ivan Lendl against Brad Gilbert. Now. I mean, you see, that's why I want Ivan to go into the commentary box while Brad is squawking. That's what I pay good money for.
He's like, what are you talking about, pigeon? Why are people taking
Dion Borg against Vidas Garalitis? I mean, God damn. And you know, back in the day, like around Bjorn Borg time, that shit is in the locker room every goddamn day. You know, people talking about that shit, right? I mean, like, there's just nothing to distract you from, you know.
This is why the worry about Gasquet was so ridiculous.
I know.
That's the panic.
Whenever I see those kind of panic people, I know those people are sociopaths. I know I'm those people. I'm just like, you see you. And if people go messing around you, I'm checking on you because I don't know about how you feel about things. Your reality is warped, like Gasquet. Come on now.
And I love Gasquet. Gasquet plays.
I know.
Tennis. I do.
But it's just like it's at 100. I mean, like, let's be 100. Apparently, Rafa learned how to deal with Federer's one-handed backhand from Gasquet. It was just like this is the workshop. This is the workshop right here. Oh, I'm gonna work on a few things on Gasquet, and then when I meet Federer, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, Your boy Gassy showed me. Come on now. God, these crazy people talking about federal. Come on.
So it's great.
I get.
All right.
But anyway, moving on. So we have So I mean, on this side. So let's get to the ladies.
Quickly,
Is that what we should be saying?
Yeah. Let's do the ladies, and then we'll talk about other issues.
So let me just say. I mean, when I wrote something down, I just fucking blight myself because in my bottom half, I'm gonna deal with that section first, just to say. I wrote down Ostapenko, Venus, Osaka, and Svitolina, and these.
Christ.
I mean, I might as well just throw this shit into this.
Man, so bad.
I mean,
these bitches, they're all in timeout.
Get out of here.
I'm putting on my mommy hat. Y'all are in trouble.
I was just like, what? I mean, I have to say, I had the only savior, and I was ragging on her all the time. Elise Merton, at least I wrote her down. She got me. She saved my draw. And Halep, I was surprised. I mean, for me to depend on Halep and Elise Merton to save my draw, we got problems, ladies. It's a sad day. It's a sad day.
Okay, can we talk? Okay, since we're on the second half of the draw, when did Madison Keys eat her Wheaties? What's going on?
Oh, girl,
what's going on there? Tell me.
I mean, come on. She did make it to a major final last year.
But Madison, come on. Madison has done nothing.
She isn't all. Hey, listen, she is in the Eisenberg camp.
What are you suspicious of, Real?
I mean, Dima said I had Sasha Vickery taking out Maddie in round 1. I mean,
so did I. And I was being generous.
Look, I am not saying drugs, but I am going to need diagrams. I'm going to need at least a 2-paragraph essay with some sort of like factual evidence-based explanation as to how Madison has not dropped a set yet.
This is amazing. Not crying. Good for her. No crying.
And she hasn't looked like I need someone here to bring me a warm bottle and a blanket before we play the next point.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm just saying. And if this is the Maddie that we're gonna deal with every day, I mean, I'm telling you, Venus Williams, you need to go home right about now because I will not and I cannot see Madison drag you one more time. Anyway, anytime. That Australian Open semifinals, quarterfinals still has me up in my feelings. So, yeah, Maddie's gonna retire some bitches if Maddie is like this all the time. Like, and she's gonna retire them at 23. She's gonna retire.
Good work by her, though. I mean, way to just like cut through that draw and just. I mean, she is surprising everyone, I think, and actually not getting a lot of press, which I love. I think that's probably
which is good for her.
And maybe she can silence Poots. Ooh.
Oh my God! You know what? I'm gonna say something, and I'm gonna take it back because
why do y'all hate her so much?
It's not right, and you know what? It's somebody's
What's not
child.
right? Her behavior.
But I'm telling you, Punta Saver. When I see her, she looks like the love child of Master Splinter and Shredder from Teenage Ninja.
Bye.
And that is not right, and I take that back because that's somebody's child, and I'm sure somebody loves her, you know. But she just looks. She looks like Skid Row. That's just what I'm gonna say. She looks like Skid Row.
I mean, no, I just don't like her attitude. But you know, the thing I love about this section of the draw was how much press was built up for these matches, and they all were like, wah, wah, wah.
I mean, can we just go back to Madison Keys? Yeah. The way she handled Osaka? Ooh. I mean, Osaka was the one who looked like she needed a bottle and a blanket because she was not. I mean, Maddie was merciful and got her to a tiebreak.
No, because that's wonderful, though. Good
telling
for her. Good for her. I mean, we will ignore my disappointing Svitolina in that section.
Yes, goddamn Svitolina. No, we gotta see another time. You won Rome. Goddamn.
That don't mean anything anymore.
Exactly. Apparently, in order for Rome to mean something, you gotta roll into Paris like Serena. You win Rome, you win Madrid, you win everything coming up. You win Charleston. You just roll out up in here and winning streak because otherwise, like. Rome is not helpful. It's not helpful at all. And can we talk about Kitova? Ooh.
But listen, what I said Kontaveit would have learned her lesson and figured out how to handle her, and that is all I needed. Thank you very much. She was leading 2-0. Then she came back and said, I'm going to snatch you here at the slam. But then it was a great gift for Sloane because I think Sloane might have had a little bit more problem with Petra, but
yes,
the way that turned out.
And Sloane is another surprise. But I mean, we did say, I think I remember saying that, like, this was definitely a major she had to prove herself. That she had to definitely get
prove herself.
Well, not to prove, but she had to do something.
Capable of doing well because she likes clay, and we thought that might happen. So
but this is the first time she's been this far, right? I think she's in the quarterfinals. The women's.
This is fantastic for her. She's waiting for Daria or Caro. I don't know which one. Which one do you think is a better matchup? I think Kasatkina is a better matchup for her.
Yeah, because I think Wozniacki would be out there. Wozniacki wouldn't be flustered even losing a set on that breakdown.
I just think it would just get very grindy. I just feel like, at least Sloane has a serve. Kasatkina, look at that serve.
And also, Sloane can actually take the ball away from you. Like, she could definitely hit winners. She definitely, very offensive minded and be like sharp point.
Damn grinding forever. I mean, I know it's clay court.
I decided to come back.
Thanks for coming back. I know. You left like LeBron, huh?
Yeah.
But you don't have a Merce, so you gotta come back to get your paycheck to buy a Merce. When does tonight game start?
I think.
But apparently, Illinois is saying Wozniacki has a good record against Stevens. Yes, but this is the different Stevens I think here in Paris this time around.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. If Wozniacki, that's why I want Kasatkina. I want her instead of.
But Master Ace Kasatkina can be very crafty, and she can give Steven a few issues. But Stevens is looking very focused. Wow, 6-0 versus Sloane. Wow, 6-1.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not a fan of that.
Dima says it's a Sloane Maddie semifinals. No, we don't want that because we saw the finals and that was not cute.
No, I'm okay with it. Bring it. I want that final. I want that semis. Why not? I want Madison. First of all, I want Madison to take out Poots, and I definitely want Sloane to beat whoever ends up coming out of that match that just ended. So I'd like it. An American in the final. 2 Americans in the final, possibly.
That is good, but I have to say one thing I have to say, I think that Caroline hasn't done well on the circuit beyond when the Australian Open, but she might be trying to be like, I need to back up this win.
Well,
so
I'm sure
she might be trying to get her life together here at the US Open, at the French Open.
She's gotten a break. She's gotten a reprieve. So maybe
she has a one day off. So that's cool.
And then they can talk tactics tonight.
So let's get to the top half now. So Simone is still here.
Muggs is showing us out.
Well, I did say that this could be a place where Muggs could really get her life together, right? Because like she comes in like Stan, right? She just
silent. No one was talking about Muggs.
She hasn't dropped a set. I mean, she has not. And what she did to Sam Sosa was disrespectful, rude, and inappropriate. It was totally inappropriate. I mean, like. Muggs just exposed that forehand for Phil. Like, she was just like, you need 2 wings to play tennis out here, girl. That forehand alone will not help you. We're not having it. Go and get yourself a backhand. Muggs was in her face. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, Sammy Sosa is a click-out player. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah. It's unbelievable, but she's a click-out player. And Muggs was just like, girl. Muggs just ripped up her resume into tiny little pieces and blow it in her face. Be like, no, this is not happening out here. I mean, I was looking at that match and I was just like, my feelings are hurt. And I don't even like either one of you really, but my feelings are hurt, Muggs. You could have at least given her 2 games. God damn. Muggs was vicious and brutal. And I'm a little scared about Muggs because in these big moments in majors, Muggs is ruthless.
Well, Muggs, you might get like your Muggs Serena matchup.
Oh God!
So that's what you have, right? Because that's not much surprise. I mean, not a lot of I cross out all the ones that I get wrong, but not a lot of reds on this side of the draw. So I guess on some level it's fairly predictable.
O said Muggs is scaring me. Yes, she is a scary lady. And then you know what the crazy thing? Muggs winning, the press wouldn't even know what to do. But it's like, this is not the storyline we have. Like, I don't know what to do with this, like, girl. But congrats.
Well, unless the heaven falls and Sharapova beat Serena, then Muggs can definitely take care of Sharapova.
Oh my god!
I know.
That's the next matchup. That's the quarterfinal pick, right?
It's tomorrow.
No.
If Serena or Murray win, they would beat Muggs if they both win. For everyone, if either, okay.
Yeah, and then
the winner of that
Pova, which I remember I made the pronouncement that both of them wasn't going to get here because I actually thought that somebody would take care of Pova, but shock of all shocks.
Yeah,
the matchup that I'm sure the organizers are just lathering up for.
Yeah, that's not really a thing for me, but we can talk about that later.
We'll talk about it.
Eleanor said Sharapova versus Muggs would be Chanel versus Walmart, but I tell you what,
which one's Walmart? Which one's Walmart?
Yeah, right. Which one?
Who's Walmart there? Unclear.
Muggs has never tried to be Maria. No, let's not know. Muggs is not trying to be fashion girl because she wears denim and
Matador suits.
She's marching to her own drummer, that one.
Yeah, she is.
But you know who's actually getting a little bit of her life, as you would say, Reels? Kerber.
Yes, she has not dropped a set. Another one who's not dropped a set.
I mean, you know what? I think the most impressive thing was getting past Kiki Burton's, who I just thought would take care of her, to be honest. But
yes, but Kiki had her chances, but Kiki was just like,
That's who I picked to get through that match, and good on her. Good on
her. We're not gonna talk about Pliskova. We're not gonna talk about the Pliskova sisters. They're just
But I mean,
double the trouble and none of the fun. They're just
I mean, I will say that Pliskova had her chances. The Chris one, I think she had her chances.
The one who just won, or the one who don't make money, as you say.
Yeah. That one had her chances in the Serena match.
Yes, she served very well.
She blinked. She blinked in that.
She blinked. Yeah,
because Serena was a little uncertain. Serena was a little
used to the moment. She wasn't used to the moment. But the thing was that Serena could read her serve, but she couldn't read Serena's serve, and that was becoming the problem. Serena was getting better and better throughout the match, which I have to say was
she got better at reading the serve because she was having problems reading Chris's serve early on. She was or at least her return game was off. I'm not sure what was going on there.
The return game was off Serena's jump. That's what I think. So Chris was definitely serving well, but later on she just got she was unused to the atmosphere or whatever the case may be, and whatever notes her sister had given her, she just got all of them.
It didn't read them out the window.
That might be true. It might blow out the window, okay?
And Gerges, woo, Gerges. I'm sure Gerges was gonna go have a good cry about her showing in that match because
I actually thought it was
not up to her potential. I thought it was gonna go 3 sets. I thought that was gonna be the Ashley Barty match. Do you know what I mean? I thought Gerges was gonna bring that level of potential.
I think Serena shut her down.
I think early on. But listen, she entered that match on a aces run.
Well, but
she hasn't. I don't know. I don't think she played bad.
I mean, we need to
I don't think it was a matter of her not showing up. I think Serena upped her game.
No, I think she played bad. Gerges can play better than that. That's a poor showing even for Gerges.
Yeah, I think at this stage in her career, she's gone to many iteration of herself. But
what did she do poorly?
Well, I just thought she didn't show up for the match. She didn't look like she was ready for this moment.
And listen, the one thing you have control over also, Reels, is your serve, right? It's your serve. She's been serving aces consistently, a big serve. That went away from her early on. That's nerves or whatever the heck you want. Or obviously a good returner on the other side. But you know what? Serena's return game wasn't fully dialed in either. So it was just problematic.
Tony just said Serena had one unforced error through the first set. So come on, guys.
Oh please, but that's you all wanting to say that Gerges that is not the level. That's not the level that Gerges can play at, and it's not necessarily. Yes, maybe it's a combination of Serena, but I also do think that Gerges did not do well for herself. She didn't look
like. I think the moment overwhelmed her. I would say
she would have looked better. No, she would have looked better against a lesser player.
I don't believe that, but
I don't know. I mean, I didn't expect. I mean, Serena was definitely playing well. best match she's played so far, right?
For sure.
But there was no doubt that, to me, Gerges didn't look like...
She kept going for too much. Like, why are you hitting this shot in this position? Like, keep hitting the ball. Like, wild shots.
Gerges approached this match like she was playing Serena in 2015. Like, no, but I mean, like, that she needed to be scared. Like, she needed to be like, oh my God, Serena's it's at, like, peak Serena. But I expected Gerges to show up because Christina showed up. Ashley Barty showed up to this match. Like, this is my chance. This is my only chance. It's C level, B level Serena.
Why wouldn't you even think that?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you even think that, considering how the Ashley Barty match went? Do you know what I mean? Like, you just saw her struggle a little bit with Ashley Barty. She got her life together, so you know that you have a better serve. You know that you can hit your groundies well. Then
you're in shape.
Yeah. Then she's like going for big shots.
Yeah.
Why are you going for big shots? You know your forehand can go wild. What are you doing? That was weird. That is not a match she's going to sleep well in. Like, it's one thing to say, I competed well, but she didn't compete well for herself.
And the score line could have been brutal. Could have been far more brutal.
I know.
Julia had 11 aces and 2 double faults. 23 winners. She played well.
23 winners. 23 winners, 2 unforced errors. She had 23 wins and 23 unforced errors. So that's the point. But you know what? I hate when people make an issue, when people talk about, how many aces people have. It's a crazy stat, I think.
I know, it's weird. I know.
Because it's pointless. Because you know who has the most aces on the men's side? That giant. What's his name?
Yeah. Aces don't mean that you're winning matches.
Karlovic. Exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
but you both just said she could have served better.
For her, it was helpful. But in a match against... Yeah, but in a match against Serena, getting 3 points on your serve is really helpful.
3 point is helpful because, come on now. Serena is just waiting for anything. She sniff you out. But you know what? Serena's return game, I would say, on Gerges' defense, it's a solid thing. It is the thing.
Yeah.
And Maria always rolls up in there. She got 20 million aces and no double faults. And first point, she plays double fault. It's just
Maria don't have aces, but
she always comes in with a better serving statistic than she does in the matches against Serena, because Serena's service game is just on top of it.
And her serve is predictable. It's not like Maria's doing new things.
Everyone was saying she wasn't serving well, but Tony's saying that is not true. She served fine. She just didn't return too many unforced errors. But that's not a point. It's just that she didn't. It's not that she's not a good player. She just didn't make a better account of herself out there. Too many unforced errors, which means that she was in control of that point, and she made an error for no reason.
Yeah, she went for too much. She was going for too much, and I was like, "It's fine. Just hang out there, grind out a couple of points. Don't hit your wild forehand from an uncomfortable position."
But I don't know if it's just me talking. That's been here talking about Serena and Julia Gerges, except about Julia. No, she's a girl. She's in the top, whatever. I'm surprised she's not a girl you wanted to be a badass, Andreen.
She's like a nice girl.
I like her. I love Gerges, but
I don't trust nice girls on the WTA. Nope.
I like Gerges, but I know she usually makes my list. I think she was on my sexy list, but no, it was good match.
Tony said I haven't heard anyone say that Gerges played polling. The word is maybe she didn't make a good account of herself. Let me just put it that way. She could have done better. She could have pushed those sets to probably a 6-4, 7-5, something. Could have held serve more often. Serena was almost in her face. When she held serve at love, that was a miracle.
Well, no, but you know what? Think about it. Like the first game out of the bat suggested that the match was going to be interesting on a certain level, right? It was like a long match to hold serve for Serena, was it? But something like that. And then it was like, oh no, this is going to be over really quickly because Gerges decided that, listen, I'm just going to play a different kind of tennis.
No one's a little balling Serena here, but I'm just
no, it's not low balling. That's the best match Serena has played.
Getting herself, she's been far more consistent as of late. So I'm just saying that I expected Ashley Barty's result to be Julia Gerges, and Julia Gerges resolved to be Ashley Barty. Let me just say that.
That's what I was
say it that way.
Yeah, obviously it's the same result. We all picked
right. Same. They lost.
But yeah, we saw them.
We're not saying. I mean, like from when I saw Serena, I have to say that. I mean, Serena is definitely, I would say, a bit more patient. She's willing to walk the point over. Even in times that I'm just like, girl, why are we hitting the ball one more time to this girl? Like, go for the clear open court. Like, so I that's what I've noticed about Serena's game the most. I am impressed by how she's moving well. The serve is definitely there. So she got her abs together. But I have to say that I am really surprised by Serena, that she's far more patient, it seems, to work in a point on this clay. I don't know if that's going to work on Wimbledon, but you maybe change your strategy. But I was particularly impressed.
What did Costachina's coach say about Serena?
I don't know who Costachina coach is.
Oh yeah, that all the girls basically wilt when they see her. They don't go for it. They don't seize the moment when they have it. I mean, you could say that about Ashley Barty. She certainly didn't seize the moment.
Well, actually, I don't know.
That's not new.
Break up.
I mean,
he was saying that given her age. He says, given Serena's age, she's 30-something years old. That's what something along those lines. He's like, she's 30-something years old. And these girls, these ladies, they encounter her and they're playing well. And then they just don't seize the moment. They don't seem hungry for it. It's the same kind of usual shtick that people say about I think to some degree we've said that, not necessarily about Serena, but just about the young women. They're happy to be there, kind of thing. He just doesn't think there's a lot of like aggressiveness and a lot of like taking the moment and fire.
So does Costachina have that? Is that what he's saying?
I don't know about Costachina having fire.
But I guess he's just speaking in general. And I mean, maybe that's
in general about the WTA.
I don't think he's wrong.
I mean, he's not wrong, but I just think I think that you might just have to admit that some people are. I mean, listen, the critique could be lobbied against
the ATP,
and actually I think more validly against the ATP, because at least on the WTA side, you've had new slam winners, you've had new whatever the hell they call their Masters tournament winners, you have
premier mandatories.
You've had people break through, and you've had people really seize the moment. So they're there and they're willing to capitalize when they can. But I think Serena's aura is still very strong, for sure.
But maybe the thing that we can't tell, from watching it and whatever the case, is how it feels to be actually playing the player.
Sure.
Like how it feels, like the weight of the ball back
you're getting,
forth, exactly what you thought was going to work, small little adjustments, whatever the case may be. Because Serena, I mean, I think everyone.
I would assume that's what happened with Gerges, right? You go out there thinking you're going to do
Serena
well.
to move so well. I think they were planning to work the point over, and she would be winded and tired. But Serena was running for drop shots. She was there, and she was making a good account. She didn't look like she was ever late
or labored. So, that's what you would expect from someone who you said, okay, hasn't played up to the entire season, right, is coming into a major. You would assume those elements would be there. But I think Serena's been really practicing. I think she didn't like the experience she had in Miami and was screw that. I'm not going to come out here and not feel ready to compete fully. So I think so I think she came here ready and
she was saving, she's like that homosexual who shows up late at the party, right? And full regal outfit, bitch. It's summertime. Why are you wearing a fur coat, bitch?
Why are you wearing a cat suit?
Exactly. And you're just rolling up late, like, hey everyone, and just drop it. Like, boom.
Well,
body. Serena came out like Shaka Khan. Like
oh my god.
She gave her like Shaka Khan a couple of years at BT Awards, and Shaka Khan was just like, look at this thing.
No, she came out like Patti LaBelle.
No. She's just like, telling you.
So what do you think? Let's skip it. Let's go straight to it. What do you think of the cat suit?
Pussy galore. That's all I'm gonna say. It's 2 words. That's it.
Pussy galore. Ass galore, really, that cat suit. Listen. So I'm Jamaican, so Jamaicans dress like that. But I'm
that is true.
Yes.
But it usually comes in neon though and blue.
But I'm a snotty Jamaican, so of course I see it. I'm like, oh, what is that? You know, it's like a Sir Mix-a-Lot commercial. I was having the white girl reaction. Oh my God. That's so big. But it's so fabulous because, you know, it's like, listen, I'm not one to wax poetic on Twitter about like, this is her reclaiming herself of whatever, because that's a lot of protection. I don't know anything about that. But I do think it's still amazing that Serena like put on this also healthy outfit very healthy for her to wear. And is stepping out there and you basically can't ignore her ass. Like literally and literally figuratively.
I sure can. That ass is everywhere.
I saw Serena a couple of years ago, you know, and she was wearing tights, you know. Yeah. And I was just like, is that real? Is that real? It doesn't show well on TV. No, I mean, like that ass is that as Simone said, that's a wraparound ass. Okay, like
that motherfucker
like big.
She looks good, but you know what? Exactly. Be bold, and show up and be present.
Definitely,
and just be like.
I'm gonna talk about the edges, Serena, but you know what? The catsuit is, and you know what? And Nike couldn't fuck it up. Nike couldn't fuck it up. I mean, like this.
Yes, finally.
I mean, as crazy as allegedly not by the rules this is, Nike definitely. This is it, Nike. You're getting somewhere.
You know what she says? Listen, I don't know what the rules are. Nike takes care of that. So if they messed up, they messed up.
Well, listen, I don't like the cat suit.
Serena, that's not gonna work anymore. Maria spoiled that excuse.
It's not
someone else taking care of the business is not how we operate anymore. Serena.
I feel like that cat suit makes her look
bigger
than she is. I think that band around the stomach area makes her waist.
Yeah, I don't like that, but it's been better. She's been losing weight.
The band. The band makes her waist look smaller. Actually,
I think it looks bigger. No, I don't know. I don't like it.
But is it even on her waist? Because you know WTA women don't know where their waist is.
Stop it. Serena knows where the fuck her waist is.
No, they don't. No, Stevens.
I said Serena knows where her waist is.
Yeah,
they don't know where their waist is.
Well,
but maybe the other thing too, because of the movement also, that whatever it is would move up and down. So I guess that's probably why it's where it is.
No, I think it's built in. I think it's built into.
I think it's built in. I think it's all one piece. But my biggest issue with the cat suit is the material. There's that like it almost looks like pleather or something in certain spots, and I'm just like,
I think it's gotta have like a
isn't it like lycra dry fit
right?
kind of thing, right?
It has to be. It would have
it looks like pleather. It looks like pleather. I mean, I know it's not, but that's what it looks like. And it just looks like it should be on a movie screen, not a tennis court. But you know what? Props to her for going out there and putting that shit on, because like, who has the balls to do that? Good for her.
Serena does. I'm surprised Serena didn't come up with a cape. Then I would have been like, bitch, it's over. It's over.
That fucking thing needs a cape.
Go home.
I think
go home.
Wakanda.
I would have liked it better. I think I would have liked the different color though. I think I don't like the black, but I just don't like black and like it's you know, it's like it's hot, it's sunny.
I'm fine with the black,
but maybe like a purple. But then that would have been like all too.
I think it needed to be like multicolor, like a more like a sort of.
Like the cover of a magazine shoot. Right?
Oh my god,
that's cool.
You know what?
You don't like that
we're getting into some feelings here, and I love it. And I love it.
You don't like that cover, Janina? The multicolored print suit thing?
I don't want to see that fucking shit in a cat suit on court. No.
Listen to me. Listen to people. Let us be 100 here, okay? Let us be 100 about celebrity, okay? Celebrity are calculating for coverage. And let us not talk about blood clots and compression and all of that. Serena just wearing a fucking cat suit because she got the body to wear a cat suit, and she's Serena Williams.
And she's launching a clothing line.
And she's launching a clothing line. She's coming back from a major for like a year and a half now. She's trying to make a statement. She got all these girls running up in their feelings. Like I said, you win majors, you don't play 7 rounds of tennis. You don't. You gotta knock off some people. And she got up in all their head. Look at Ashley Body. Ashley Body coming in filler frumpy. Where? I mean, and Serena in that body suit. I mean, come on. It's just like no way. Just no way. And Ashley Body's feeling comfortable in herself.
Why not? She's fine with it. Not everybody wants to be there in a cat suit.
That Fila, I mean, like, we didn't even talk about fashion. Are we getting fashion yet? But Fila, that feel like your name is fail, okay? That shit look like couch money. Like you took couch money and got budget. That shit look like a hot mess. Like that kit got made in someone's sewing class. It's not cute for the main stage. And y'all are trying to make Ashley Body a thing? Come on now.
But
come on now.
Dressing doesn't matter on the WTA side. I mean, it's like, is it like anti-feminist if you care about what you look like? Is that a thing? That's a thing, I think, right? Like you can't talk about clothing because because I mean, part of it is the joy of clothing. There is a joy to clothing. These ladies don't bring.
I mean, it looks fine. I mean, I don't know why the rules would be that you can't wear a bodysuit. I mean, like, hey,
I think there's some length issues. Which can I just say, Serena stans, can you guys calm down? Why are you lecturing players about the rules of their outfits? Like, I think that's the one thing they might know.
Oh my god!
It wasn't all envy. Like, you're just jealous because you're in the ITF. You're just jealous because you can't wear this. No, I think they probably are sitting around. Sometimes it's cold and I want to wear leggings, and y'all said I couldn't.
Can't wear leggings, exactly. I have to come out looking like a mummy, all wrapped up. I mean, like, it is true. Y'all really need to calm down. But I would say, though, what I do find
Tony, calm the fuck down.
What I do find interesting about it's just, first of all, y'all, Serena, saying y'all are crazy. I need to not only just calm the fuck down. Maybe sometime y'all need to get off of Twitter. Serena ain't everything. She ain't everything, and she can't be everything. Okay.
Well, let me tell you, she's about to have to prove blackness is a good thing again tomorrow.
Lord. Oh my god, I can't even deal with that issue. But I have to, before we get
let's not even go there.
But I have to say that I'm surprised that these women would be so vocal about a body catsuit, whatever the case may be, when there's so many other things to talk about that really needs attention and really need their voices. Forget about the bodysuit, because at the end of the day, what they're gonna do? Find Serena. Serena got the money. She does.
They would have found it. I'm sure immediately after those women complained, somebody went and checked and see the rules, whether it was appropriate, and then Nike did whatever they needed to do, and they found out it was, and it was fine. I'm sure that happened.
Right.
Because otherwise,
to me, save your voices for something bigger, though. A bigger issue.
Well, listen, you know what's so funny? Kit is a huge part of their careers. It's a huge part of who they are. And if a clothing sponsor wants to put them on things, and I mean, listen, people get crazy about kits. Maybe not. So much
that is true. That might be. That's a valid point, particularly as women. People are gonna want them to wear a whole bunch of ridiculous, crazy shit.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they were like, no, I can't wear the bikini, because the rule says no bras.
Yeah, I mean, sponsors want to put them in all manner of things that they had to look it up. So,
sure. I mean, fair point. Fair point. I didn't even consider that. I thought, at some extent, they had some choice, in the matter.
I'm sure it's a little bit of agita, of course, too. But, but it is, I mean, their clothing is a part of the rules. So I think that's also part of it as well. I'm sure people are like, is that legit? As Christina Pliskova said, I don't care if she plays naked.
Thank you. Fucking cares.
Christina, you should care, because you didn't have a chance, because this movie is gonna have to be all over the place. She can't remember everything. But I have to say that cat suit, you might be right, Janine. It might be pleather, because there's a lot of body to hold in. A lot of jiggly parts.
No, it's just lycra. It's just lycra.
But you know what?
Do you know how hot pleather is? Have you ever tried wearing a pleather?
I'm sure it's not pleather.
Not pleather.
I'm sorry, I don't do pleather.
Well, listen, let me tell you, because I'm crappy. I've done pleather, and you basically have to peel your body out of it because it's gross. So
I'm sure it's not.
It sticks onto you, right?
Yeah, you end up with more sweat. So nobody. It's disgusting. I won't mention someone who ended up with pleather pants. It was, let's just say, sweating should not happen like that. Anyway, other things that happened in tennis, because tennis is fucked up.
What happened?
I mean, I think when it comes for me, I really think that this time, like I said, for me, tennis is always a microcosm of real life. And I think it's time that we address who is giving us the news, and we need to advocate for better news presenters, better coverage, better point of view, because we are fucking ourselves over royally when we keep on accepting this fuckery and keep saying it's okay and just get, be full outrage for like 2 minutes. We need to demand real systematic change for journalism and how things are being covered, because this is just nonsense, okay?
Such as?
Auntie Pam, first of all, I don't know why John McEnroe still has a job. Don't know why he still has a job.
I know.
I don't understand this.
These people are trapped in the 70s.
I think I thought we were gonna deal with this issue, but people need to see. White people stop backing for these bros. These bros are not your friend. They're not helpful. They're fucking it up.
What did he
everyone
do?
And everything. But just his what does he ever do? He come ill prepared for his job. He don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Always some bullshit take and coverage and nonsense. I mean, and his voice is just generally annoying at this point. That's really. It's just like the embodiment of just like lazy bro culture in your ears every fucking day, covering a match that you really want to be interested into. And again, can we stop covering Americans at the French Open? This ain't the place.
Except for Madison Keys on the men's side, you might mean.
On the men's side, nobody cares about Stevie Johnson. Nobody. We just don't. But then the coup de grace is that Auntie Pamela gets on the fucking speech and she's just like, oh, nobody real fans of tennis not interested into 5-set match. We're not bringing in new people. Bitch, y'all ain't bringing in new people anyway, because if that were the case, the WTA would have a whole bunch of people following them, right? But they can't find your matches. So it ain't the 5-set matches that are the problem. It's the fact that people can't even see them. And the 5-set matches only happen 4 places.
And the commentators are horrible. Like I actually legit asked, I think O was trying to respond to me. Do you guys have, I don't watch a lot of other sports except for the Olympics, but do you guys literally have commentators that are that annoying, that don't understand the sport, that actually like they hate the sport when they're talking about it?
No. Only
tennis. That's tennis. Like tennis, and that's why I was like, and also, do they have contemporary commentators? Like I know I see on TV when I watch basketball that you'll have ex-players, but like you don't have ex-players from the 70s. You have actual ex-players from 2000.
Well, basketball and I think football. Basketball, I think, does that.
Well, can we do that in tennis? And can we talk about the lack of diversity in the commentator booth? Because one of the things that I think is really telling is they talk about the fact that tennis struggles for an audience, but part of that struggle is not the game itself. It's the people who talk about the game. And I don't know if any young person, which is apparently the holy grail, really cares what Mary Carrillo says, really cares about any of the commentators that are going to be up there talking. Ted Robinson. I mean, I have the deadly trio right now on NBC. Ted Robinson, Mary Carrillo, and John McEnroe. 3 people who could not care less about what's actually happening on court because of their various grievances and gripes and every little thing that they have happening. They never talk about the action on the court. And if they do, honestly, John McEnroe said at some point in this women's match, hey, this is kind of entertaining. Like he literally sounded shocked at that.
Surprise.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, can we have, first of all, I mean, it's not ageism, but can we have somebody in their 30s, maybe someone in their 20s?
No, I'm just going to straight up say it. I'm just going to say straight up
as it exists.
A person of color, an Asian person, a Hispanic person.
Anybody but the same white folks that have been talking about tennis and basically turning people off tennis for years. I know how everybody's always problematizing the players. But I'm like, why don't you problematize the commentators? They're the biggest freaking problem.
I mean, it's funny. I watch a lot of varying different sports, like archery, cycling, swimming, whatever the case may be. And I'm telling you, these commentators know the people. They know their stats, their time, what they did. And they even admit they have notes. They did the research. They say these things. If they don't know at the top of their head, they reference where they got the information from.
Yes.
Like because it matters in a sport where numbers matters. They talk about these things. And they don't understand why this is what I'm talking about. It's a kind of bro culture because it's the same set of people.
Bro culture.
And they think it's really fun and they think, oh my God, it's John McEnroe. Oh my God, he's so hilarious. Like, but you don't know anything. The casual fans are the one who like you, Mary and Pamela, because the real fans hate your guts. That's the real key.
But the casual fans are the ones that don't actually know. And so, I mean, it's like we talked about this the one time when John McEnroe was covering Monfils's match at the US Open. This is supposedly a named person. And the way he talks about the players, it's just abysmal. Like, I know his name recognition is what you're counting on, but you know what? I guarantee you, no 16 or 17-year-old, whatever that magic age you guys are looking for, cares about John McEnroe in that way.
Unless you know who he is.
Yeah. And it's like this idea that this is who can sell tennis to a younger generation. And they're like, how about we change the balls to purple? What about if we put lights on there? I don't know. I was like, why don't you just have someone talk about tennis and tell us why this match is good, what's working, what's not working, why Casa Katina is the greatest thing since sliced bread. I don't want someone to go, oh, this is actually enjoyable, as if it's a stunning sort of recognition. It's just like abysmal to me. I can't take it. It's horrible. And the amount of time you have to mute, it's just painful. It's really painful. So I just like, so yeah, I mean, Pam, it's not about the 5 sets, okay? It's not about it. And Renee Stubbs is on that same tip as well.
Oh, she has been canceled a long time ago.
They're both doing the same thing. And you know what? Listen, my pet, you know, you guys I've talked to you about this. My pet theory is the best of 5 set issue is an attempt for for people who cover women's sport. And this is, you know, in reference to even Ben, who I don't even know why people ask Ben's opinion about the ATP, because just like you wouldn't go to somebody who hates women's tennis, I don't know why you would go to Ben. Ben does not necessarily seem to care about ATP. I've listened to him talk about it, and it's like 9 out of 10 times it's a negative comment. So I don't know why you would go to someone who seems to really dislike ATP tennis. But I really do think the best of 5 issue is like this last ditch effort to try to salvage this idea around women's tennis. It's not about the best of 5. If men played best of 3, they would still want to talk about men's tennis. That's not what it is. It's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's not that.
But you know what's funny? I just watched badminton, right? I just watched badminton. They had like a team tournament, women's and men, and they're playing the same amount of set, same points to 21, rally scoring. And the game, the badminton women is different from badminton men. Just the style of play. The men are taller, the men are bigger, you know.
It's different. And but guess what? The men play best of 3. The men play best of 3 every other time of the year.
Exactly.
And they still get more coverage than the women because it's just what people have been doing. So suddenly telling me that men need to play best. And you know, why are you always talking about best of 5? Why don't you guys talk about equipment? They're always telling us that it's the rackets that make sure that players are able to do the things that they're doing and grinding out points. Then why not change the racket? Why not make some constraints about what you're capable of doing with a racket? But that would really get into their money, right? That will really get in their cash. But why don't you constrain it by talking about the equipment? Like, why always try to go at the very obvious thing, which is, can we make it 5 sets or less or what? I mean, it's just dumb. Like, there's got to be more things you can do.
Here's the thing. Then if it's time constraint, put a fucking clock on the court then. We put a clock and y'all are crying still.
But then it's no clock issue, because when people love a sport, do you see people complaining about the time in a basketball game? I mean, I know basketball games are set, but nobody cares. If you're in it, you're in it. Nobody really cares. Like, people sign up and watch whatever they want to watch. It's not about the time. It's about the excitement.
And they almost like as if people didn't sign up and understand how the rules work. I know. Like it's like, oh my God, wait, there's no clock? What am I doing here? What's happening here? It's just like, we know how this works. And this is what makes tennis so fascinating and interesting. Because you can be down 6 love 6, love 5, love 40, and still come back and get your life and win the goddamn thing.
And so even when tennis was at its height, the scoring was the same. The number of sets, actually, they were mostly playing 5 sets. So that's not about the number of sets. So what it is, I mean, it's a combination of things, I'm sure, but deciding that the set number is what's really making young people not watch your sport. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact that your sport doesn't have enough brown people in it. Maybe that's it.
Maybe every other sport can't find your sport. They got to pay a whole bunch of money. It's not on any regular package.
Yeah,
and maybe on network TV, you got to wait till 12 o'clock when you only have like 3 more hours left to play to watch any match. Just saying, right? Because if you don't have Tennis Channel, guess what you gotta do? Wait till NBC decides to show you coverage at 12 o'clock. And guess who you got? The deadly furies of McEnroe, Mary Carello, and the other one, Ted Robinson. I mean, who can deal with that at lunchtime?
And then if you have that, then you've cut off all the other channels. Like I had DirecTV. You're supposed to have that multi-channel, but as soon as NBC enters the room, all the other feeds have to shut down.
Oh, they do?
Yes. And you're now suddenly at the mercy of NBC.
Yeah, that's true. Because I was wondering why they started at 12 o'clock and tennis has been playing since 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, because you're watching it. They leave maybe the doubles. The doubles they left up. That they left the doubles feed up, but every other singles match, they got rid of it all. And so it was so painful because if you wanted to watch the Gofan match, you couldn't because you were trapped watching Verdasco versus Djokovic, which is fine. I don't have a problem with it, but think about it. Like we have the DirecTV situation where they have streaming on every channel, on every court, or at least a good chunk of courts. Why would I have to be trapped with NBC's coverage? Like it's so
well, I don't see. I'm trapped with Eurosport, and they tell me if I want to, I could watch any match I want to on the Eurosport player. Just saying.
They don't do that. I don't think. I mean, maybe ESPN does it, but with DirecTV, it's so nice.
But ESPN don't cover the French Open
at all. They want no parts of it anymore. Remember? They're like,
yeah, that's crazy. I don't know. I just hate that. That's dumb. And also, we already know that these people are crazy because isn't that a journalist, a well-respected journalist, by the way, that asked Serena that wacky question about what Donald Trump thought about her? What the hell was that?
I don't think we should discuss that.
I think we should.
Who else is going to?
You know what? No, but do you know why that comment is so telling? Think about that though. That comment tells you who is behind the scenes in all of these organizations. Mm-hmm. First of all, that he was sitting around having a conversation with Donald Trump. Who does that? And then second of all, that Donald Trump felt comfortable telling this man this, right? Like, this is not a thing you want to say. Oh, by the way, the greatest female athlete you've encountered, she's really intimidated by your gorgeous shoulders. Like, what? Who, thinks that that's a logical thing to, lobby in a conversation?
We already talked about them shoulders on Twitter this morning, didn't we?
I know, but then...
he said, I've been waiting to ask this question for 14 years. Who asked that question? Who was it?
It was Bill Simmons. And Bill Simmons, Bill Simmons. Inside Tennis, Bill Simmons. And Bill Simmons is the one that I got on because he said Muguruza was what did he call her? He liked the way he talked about her a certain way at the French because she when she won a couple clay tournaments a couple of years ago, he was big. I was like, he was going on about how her body type and what it was like and how she's sort of glamorous or something along those lines. And I was like, who's more glamorous right across from her than Venus? But it was like the way he was contrasting them. It was the same typical commentary. It's the same typical idea. I'm like, I felt like that.
Yeah, I like to get these old white men out of the sport. Just get them all. Just go home, have a seat.
But honestly, that question was so revealing of him. I was like, dude, that's you. This is your fantasy. You remember when Sharapova was doing her return and she went to Charlie Rose? Now we know why she went to Charlie Rose, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because they knew. And
they 4 years, Charlie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, because they knew Charlie was going to be sympathetic and because they knew Charlie was a lech. And so Charlie was just going to be able to sit there and stare and let her bat her blonde eyes at him and say whatever and not call her on anything.
And who did she go to afterwards? What's the other one on today's show? Matt Lauer.
Yeah, the same lech. You know what I mean? It's like another lech. Like, I'm gonna pick these leches, and so it's weird to me and destructive.
And if I'm not mistaken, guess who she went to? She went to that Tavis Smiley.
Oh God, the trifecta. She didn't. You know what? She didn't know. She knew she couldn't go to a serious female journalist. Let's just be real about that. A serious female journalist who's going to call her out
on that bullshit. Katie Couric called her out on the mess. I think one day had an interview.
She couldn't sit there.
But Katie Couric, Katie Couric said something I thought was really crazy and stupid recently. I was just like, girl, she's talking about cultural appropriation because of the Met Gala with Catholicism. I was like,
whatever,
Katie, girl. No, girl, we're not gonna do that.
The Catholics approved it, okay? The Catholic Church said it was fine. They loaned some of the stuff, so I think they're fine with appropriation. And really, the Catholic Church has a problem with appropriation, and they've been appropriating cultures. That's part of their business. But no, I mean, it's just it's like, I don't even know. Like, isn't that the whole thing? I'm going in, I'm destroying your culture. I'm taking pieces of it I like. I don't know. So it's just fascinating to me.
Yeah, but you see, but this is what I'm talking about. That we have to stop just complaining about these men and these people, and it's like we're in coverage because it's doing a disservice on the greater level and the larger spectrum. We need to actually get a plan together to demand and say, like, no more, no, we're not going to participate in this fuckery.
Well, I don't participate in it because I don't buy the channels and I don't buy those stores.
Let's not give all the attention to the crazy question. Let us bask in the glory of Serena's shade.
That was so weird.
About the book?
Yeah. First of all, she's like,
Serena, girl, I know you listen to our podcast.
By anybody, you know, and then the best was when she says, oh, well, you know, she put all the pressure on Maria for the upcoming match, which was great. But to say that
she said, I didn't think it was gonna be so much about me. I didn't know she looked up to me that way.
A role model.
Wow. Like, girl, the teacher, she spent so much time just looking.
And she kind of like said, well, I was gonna read it, but I didn't get a chance. and to so
but I didn't read the book.
We're both on a comeback for very different reasons.
You know what's so funny though? But honestly, she needed to say that because I was listening to the coverage and Mary Carrillo was talking about seeding. Okay. She was talking about seeding at the French and seeding at Wimbledon. And they were saying where Serena's rank would be if she got to the final and if she won, that she'd be able to be seeded for Wimbledon. And John McEnroe said, well, I obviously think that Wimbledon is going to choose to seed her. She's a champion there. You know, there are things that you could do. And Mary was like, well, they didn't seat Maria. And then John was like, that's a different thing.
Oh my God.
I this is what I'm talking about. We need to hold these people accountable.
Not only that, but Roland Garros never fucks with the seeds. They historically never do it. Wimbledon.
I mean,
it's not surprising either way. It's not surprising. It's just not. It's like you want to take these little tiny bits and pieces out of context and make them fit into your stupid little holes at your convenience, and you got to stop doing that. I mean,
the thing is, they're educated. This is their sport.
No, they're not. That's the problem.
But this is the thing, though. This is the thing that's so funny. It's your sport. I'm coming to you for you to reveal the rules and for you to sit there and have this whole discussion about seeding between the French and Wimbledon. I'm like, the French never they don't give a crap. Wimbledon is where that conversation happens. But then for Mary Carrillo,
there's just not enough time for people to prove their grass gold prowess because the real test of grass is at Wimbledon, not at Halle, not at
but they do. They count your points.
We know.
They count it up. They do
only
that.
One.
They have they have a formula. I mean, maybe on the women's side, I think they changed that too. But I mean, Wimbledon has that ability to change seeding. They do that. That's what we know.
We know this, and they do it often.
And also, more importantly, interesting enough, the seeding policy is created with the major and the various tours.
Yeah, I know. It's clear. So if you have a problem with it, you can actually, there's some recourse.
Speak to your management. Call your manager and speak to your management.
No, but the part of it that was really egregious was, I mean, it's really this like real narrative around the fact that this is a doper. I mean, listen, I know people, I know it's unpleasant for people to think that, but you had a legitimate doper. This is a person, whether it had an influence or not. I know people are running around having conversations. We're not going to be Trumpian about it, okay? Let's not ask ourselves, it's the sky blues, the sky pink. Nobody's taking medication in the way that this person was taking medication if they don't think it's having an impact, whether it's a placebo effect or not. They believed it was having an impact and it was illegal in the sport. Whether you agree or disagree with its illegality, it was. So this was a person who was religiously doping for 10 years. Let us stop framing it like, you know, they're both champions. I was like, what this fucking false equivalency? You know, I hate false equivalencies. I hate that shit. They're not the same. It's really, and so and I could tell in Mary's mind, she really couldn't see that distinction because she's like, well, they didn't choose to do that for Maria. I was like, the bitch was coming back from a doping offense. What? That's not the same thing.
Right.
It was. It was so unbelievable to see it, and actually kind of embarrassing.
Actually, they told her she could play qualifiers, and she said she didn't want to do it.
Well, and that's fine, but it was just weird. It's like this whole conversation about a rivalry. Like it's not a rivalry. I don't know what
it's something else though. That's what really struck me as I'm thinking about this thing. Why is it so important for the white media to continue to frame this beatdown as a rivalry?
I don't know. It's kind of embarrassing. I don't even know. But you know what? I realized
it
the election
to something
of Trump
else.
means
They're talking about
nothing.
something else here.
Well, it's a rivalry. I mean, somebody legitimately said, I saw this, and this is a person that covers tennis, that, you know what, it doesn't matter what the head-to-head is. Fine, whatever. I'm all for that. But this is a legitimate rivalry because she's a Grand Slam champ too. I was like, no, a rivalry is between two people. That's what that means. That's actually what a rivalry connotes. It has nothing to do with whether this person has a slam or not a slam. It means their relationship with each other. And so, but you know, what is the rivalry really about, Reels? It's not about what's happening on court. So what is the rivalry really about?
I think this is clearly a racial element, right? It's a white woman versus a white woman versus a black woman. And it's very much like, it's real life, right? The black woman come out there and her resume is all over the fucking place. Stellar. The black woman resume is stellar. I mean, Serena went to the Harvard, the MIT, the Yale, she went to all of the fucking Ivy League 4 times. In fact, in 1 year, like in the calendar year, she went to all of them at the same time. Okay. And still, it ain't enough. White girl come up here with a palpable 5. And we now know 4 of those.
College degree. I'm not even saying that. I love community colleges, but I'm just saying.
We realized she padded her resume with some meldonium. Okay? Resume ain't real. That was written in pencil. Okay? We can erase a couple of those. And that ain't even in a good pencil. That ain't a good Ticonderoga pencil. That was written in some Staples. You know those pencils at the doctor's office that give you to fill out the chart? It was written on those golf pencils. But yet, we're being told we should consider these two things as the same thing. And it is the black woman who has to prove herself out here.
All the time.
Not Maria. It is Serena who has to continue to prove that, in fact, that they will consider, even if Serena loses tomorrow, that Serena has failed.
It will equalize everything.
Everything. Which is crazy.
You know what? You know what a bigger issue is like, you know, there's been all this hoopla in the media about all of this. And the only person that I have heard speak up on the behalf of Serena out of all of the tennis community has been Lindsay Davenport. There are far too many people out there.
We can't really count Lindsay because Maria has snatched Lindsay wig every single time.
No, but Lindsay made comment today, like, you know, she says, I don't agree or think it's right that, you know, Sharapova put these things in her book. It is an unspoken rule that things that happen in the locker room stay in the locker room, and everyone expects that of each other. Like, nobody else is talking
about that. That's true.
And I think it comes, you know, it goes back to who are your people representing the sport. Lindsay's younger. She's not that far removed. She has played all of these people almost that are still on tour doing stuff.
It's a continual effort of to delegitimize. I got that all wrong. Serena continually, right? Because that's what Maria's book was about, right? Serena is intimidating, but Maria is taller than Serena, like by far, right? She's talking about shoulders.
She's got broader shoulders.
Literally got straight up linebacker shoulders, right? Like this is what she was known for. Okay, she talked. I mean, like even when that there is nothing factual about anything that she's, you know,
so coded. And
I mean, like exactly.
So annoying.
Serena crying that she lost a match. Champions cry after losing a match all the time. Roger Ball long tears out of his eyes losing to Rafa.
And Rafa crying on court.
Exactly. And that just, you know, say whatever. And people get all fired up on whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. But we need to stop framing this thing. Even Serena stands. It's not important.
It's because of who does the framing. And you could tell if all these guys are like Bill Simmons in their mind, that's their framing. They're framing it from a position of whiteness because necessarily they think Serena is jealous of Maria Sharapova. Why wouldn't they?
But if you listen to what Sharapova actually said in her response in the presser was that Serena is better than me. She said this. She said those exact words. But nobody hears that.
She doesn't have to. But you know why? She doesn't have to because Sharapova and her team also know what they're doing.
They've done it already.
Her manager
goes on Twitter afterwards and says Serena is cheating
or he uses animal-like language. So these people are there.
She's cheating with serving. Come on now.
It's a wink. It's a wink. It's a wink. Wink. And plus, you just
no. It can be a wink, wink. But when the words are coming straight from her mouth and people still choose not to.
Because
Maria's saying that Serena is better is a non-point, because you know what, girl, we don't need you to tell us that.
The facts say it in the way that you all care about. Listen,
exactly. The facts show that on every metric on the fucking tennis.
And that's exactly what she said.
Every metric.
But we all know.
But it's not even close.
Don't matter.
It's not even close.
But stop. We know metrics don't matter. Listen, the U.S. is about to ruin itself because they had a black president for like 8 years and people lost their minds. But this is what I'm saying. The facts don't matter. We've already established that. Facts do not matter in these moments.
Me, this comes out to be like, this is imaginary.
Nothing. It has nothing to do with it. This is an emotion. This is why someone can say it's a rivalry. Because the emotional tenor is the rivalry. What she's out there proving is the rivalry. That's the tenor of it. All the things that people project onto Serena and her stands do it. It's the same things that Maria's stands project onto her. And it's not, you know what? It's not accidental that Maria's Russian. And it's not accidental that Maria has a quote unquote, the idealized look that the culture sells.
Well, that's what I think she seems to embody, which is very weird, right? In America, right? A Russian woman embodies their white femininity.
Well, sure.
I mean, collusion, anyone?
But I'm just saying it makes sense. We know that. All you have to do is extrapolate it from the larger cultural conversation we're having about whiteness and what that means and what that looks like. And then you can actually say that this is a rivalry. You just made the point. Somebody's got a PhD from Harvard, which you all said is the best. Pick any one of those universities.
But you know what, right?
I goes up in here with an AA from Rutgers University. Love you, Rutgers. And yet you're gonna tell me that they're the same. Why are they the same?
But you know what? A woman said on the radio a couple of months ago, she said, every time I hear a black woman say, you know, I have a degree from here, a master's degree, whatever, I keep thinking, affirmative action. Exactly. They keep thinking Serena is not legit. That she's not a legitimate
Well, when she
champion.
walks out on court tomorrow and she actually does have a cape on and she beats the shit out of Maria.
But even if she doesn't,
it doesn't matter.
The weight of it matters too much. It means, and people have imbued it
and it's unnecessary. Much. And this is crazy. This match isn't it.
But they'll make it. It will be made that. You know what? That's the funny thing about it.
There is nothing about this matchup or anything about these that, you know, this narrative. It's because, let's be honest, Serena should have lost round 1, round 2, round 3. She got to round 4 and she loses to Maria. Whoop de whoop. Whatever the case may be. It's just it. It's just a loss. Okay,
but it's not that way.
Anything. But for people,
it will be monumental.
But for people,
what's weird about it too is like this is her first major back, and Sharapova has been struggle tennising for what, a year now. So she's actually been back on tour trying to get herself into a position to play good tennis. Serena's been given like what, a month to do it, and even
this is the third tournament back. She's the third tournament she's played.
Yeah, but the first
and her child is not even a year old yet.
This is why I also feel like we have to do even the Serena stands have to stop with the superpower narrative around Serena, which is like there's no point in time where we're ever going to
you are feeding this narrative. You are feeding this narrative because for you, Serena represents blackness, and black would triumph over the evil whiteness. And this ain't it. This is not. No.
I mean, it has 19 times and it didn't mean anything.
Exactly. I mean, and there have been some brutal beatdowns. And it didn't change anything. It didn't change a single thing.
It's the same thing with best of 5. Listen, the world is set up for men. That's what it is. So if men play best of 5, it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. If they play best of 3, still the greatest thing since sliced bread. It is what it is. I'm not saying it's true. But these weird ways that we then try to like hop, skip, and jump, it's pointless to me. I just so I'm always like, can we like have?
There's never been a case where the men's championship is played before the women's championships, right? No.
No, because the women is an appetizer. It's an appetizer. Always is. And
so,
the
thing about it, and the thing about this match that really gets me, that even if it means all of these things that they wanted it to mean, they don't demand anything off the match, right? they're not asking any kind of real question and wanting any kind of change because of this match, the result, right? So Serena beats Maria. What do you want from this matchup? Because it meant so much to you. Nothing. So Maria beats Serena because of this matchup. What do you want from this? I got nothing. You see, it's just a tennis match. It's just a tennis match. And we're getting wrapped up in all of this crazy nonsense that we really need to step back. We really need to read some books because you know what, people? Our faves don't read. Our faves don't read.
Feliciano Lopez does.
They don't.
What do you mean our faves?
The people who are doing the real work, the cultural warriors out there who's trying to demand real change and want real better for ourselves, they're out there and they're hitting aces and doing all kind of fucking drop shots. I don't know how they live, sustain a healthy life, and still deal with their husband, wives, and children, and boyfriend and girlfriends. And we don't ask these for a single goddamn thing. We let them waste it all for free. Come on. Stop with the Serena Maria narrative. Yes, it's fun to make laugh and joke about because just last week or 2 weeks ago, I laughed and funny about it. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I love Serena on a tennis court. I enjoy her on a tennis court. As soon as she gets off the tennis court and the Serena life and the whole being Serena, not so much. Not so much.
It's not our problem. I mean, it's not our thing.
But it's not that issue. It's not that important, right? Because you know what? I only like Roger on a tennis court because Roger don't give me any money. Serena doesn't give me any money. Okay. They know.
Alexis said of that Bill Simmons question, you waited 14 years for this pro tip, or well, I think it's supposed to say pro tip. It says pro top, but wait at least another 14 years before asking another question.
It's true, and I mean, and this is, but you see, we should really take this moment. We should take this moment. We should take this moment.
That at a cocktail party. I'm sure she's seen her. I'm sure he's seen her many times.
What? If he asked me that at a cocktail party, I'd break the fucking glass.
But you know what? It's more appropriate in that setting because that's the kind of dumb, illogical idea.
I would embarrass him in that party. I would embarrass him.
But you know what? Honestly, I don't mind the question. I really don't, because I think the question is so powerful because that has legs. Because that's what they talk about in private. Just like when that guy came out of his face at Indian Wells.
Yes.
Everybody. This is a private discussion. We have a moment of really seeing what people are thinking about, because there are people, I'm sure there are people in that camp that literally believes that Serena wants to annihilate Maria on the tennis court because she's not white and blonde. That is, because that's the narrative they've been selling. That's crazy.
I don't understand. This is so crazy and silly. These people.
I mean, people forgot that Serena called Venus a bitch when they were playing in a tennis match. Serena just wants to win.
Her sister.
Her sister, whom she loves dearly.
Her sister who teach her everything she knows. Okay? I'm sure Venus got more killer instinct for Serena than she does for herself. Let's be 100 about that.
I know.
Let's be 100 about that. Look, people, y'all need to calm down. And this is a moment where we should stop. We shouldn't be focusing on Maria and Serena. This non-rivalry, we should focus on the coverage and demand better and say, no, this is not okay. This is some fuckery. We need better. And we need to stop spending our dollars and pushing our...
We already stopped. We already stopped spending our dollars.
We need to do better than this. We need to do better than this because we need to talk about other things, okay?
Do you know what? You know who needs to do it? The players. At some point in time, the players need to rise up about this.
But they probably don't read. Do they read the coverage?
No, but they do though, because the players, anytime players listen to coverage, they've commented on what's been said about them and how dismissive.
Fair enough. I know Sega for sure has been in.
Yeah, and Kevin
up with these people,
and Kevin Anderson's people, and all those people. It's fine for us as fans to say whatever. Because listen, we're just sitting on our asses at home.
I don't want PBS to take over the coverage of Roland Garros. They're gonna try to sell me some shit every minute. I don't need all of that. Okay.
PBS, I don't mind.
I don't need all of that, okay? And they're gonna have a little infomercial between sets. We don't have time for that kind of shit. We need PBS is gonna demand that there is a clock on that cord, a real clock. Okay, there's gonna be a countdown clock.
And if you would like to watch the fifth set tiebreaker at the U.S. Open, you may have access to that by calling 1-800.
And joining us on the Grand Slam level by donating $100. You can watch the fifth set tiebreaker.
This is an aside, a joke. This is our favorite sociologist on Twitter. She says, unpopular opinion about marriage. Why is she so horrible? Marriage is only good for men. Everyone should be assigned a wife and women should get 2. These auto wives can be of any gender, but should be white men. It makes sense if you say it fast enough. Why is Tressie so great? You guys, let me tell you all, you guys are missing out on life if you don't follow Tressie on Twitter. She is the
author of Higher Ed, and she, about low cost, like for-profit colleges and how they are lowballing us. And that's what I'm talking about. People who are doing real coverage,
she's also
doing real
really
work,
good at
and pushing the coverage. These are the things that we need to talk about. They're asking the important questions about issues that we seem to be getting confused about.
No, but we can still stay on sport. There's still sports issues.
No, I mean, I'm talking about right. I mean, no. I mean, like, we can talk about right. I mean, in the sense that we need to be much more vigilant in our own sport, because there's a lot of fucked up shit going on in tennis. And we need to fix a lot of it.
One of your recommendations being do what cricket does and figure out about the light. Okay, let's figure out about the lighting. There's a machine that can tell you when it's dark, so use that.
And it's not about instruments. It's not about instrument. I am actually surprised. I'm actually surprised that they got Hawkeye, and I think it's because Mariana Alves was so fucking crazy with those. I mean, like.
It was so egregiously bad, they had to.
Wanda was questioning her ability to see. That's why they had to bring on Hawkeye. And the US Open was just like, we're not spending money unless y'all fix this.
Those are the kind of innovations that make sense. So when you're trying to figure out, should we close the match now? It doesn't matter about a player. Just look and said, the light, this machine.
Hey, guess what? It's dark.
Anyway, we were.
By the way, as we come up on the 2008th anniversary of Wimbledon, the machine would have said it was too dark to continue play. Anyway.
Oh, and now we have a movie coming out about it. Oh boy.
Is there a movie?
Oh yeah.
A documentary.
Oh yeah. Whatever it is. I don't fucking know. It's a book made to movie.
Yes, they made John Wertheim's book into a movie, I think. Oh
yeah.
God. Nobody has time.
Another white man we shouldn't be listening to. We need to get him out of here.
Oh my God.
But anyway, before we go, because next week we're gonna be talking about fashion. Let's talk about the fashion, because by next week, those who were good or those who were horrible, they would have been forgotten. We don't remember that. Just be 100, okay?
Fashion. I like what Zerev is wearing, except the pants. I think khakis with sweat, no bueno.
Contavit is giving me a little. I mean, she's giving me a little club top. That top is for the club. Contavit. It doesn't go well with the bottom.
It's the same top that Ostapenko wears. I think it's their Ostapenko tops. I think it's the Adidas top, right?
But it looks better on Contavit, though. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Too big. Do you guys like what Sloane is wearing? It's very simple, but it works.
I like it.
No, don't like it. Sloane don't know her size. I keep saying this.
Is it too tight?
Too short?
I keep seeing her belly. Like every single time she moves, I'm seeing her belly, girl.
No?
Maybe
that way it's medium. Girl, you ain't extra small.
She's wearing a gay medium, Reels.
No, that ain't you, girl. That ain't for you. Okay? That ain't for you, girl.
I like Caroline's.
The color is so depressing.
Looks good. It looks great.
Caroline's looks really trophy worthy. God help us.
It does actually, right? I saw that.
Can we talk about I just want to put it out here that Kuzi is wearing Costco couture, because I don't understand why
I didn't see her.
So I
know always look like generic brand. I mean, like she just
it's her brand.
Like generic brand. Just to say this Costco couture, no Kuzi. That's not cute. Well, I've already spoken about Ashley Body, and maybe I put myself on restriction because I can't say anything more about somebody else's child. But Ashley Filler, we can't be doing this. This is. I mean, y'all got Marion looking okay, but what's wrong with the women? Like, y'all can't get the ladies right. It's not cute, filler. Venus outfit for me.
I loved it.
This girl just giving
I don't
me
like what she was wearing in
seizure.
doubles today, though.
Who?
This girl was
Venus.
giving me seizure.
I
don't
didn't see,
think
you
Venus.
know what? I actually haven't seen Venus. Let me just be full on honest. I woke up and Venus had lost. So I don't think I saw Venus's dress, which looked lovely, but I think she's just been wearing the top and bottom. She's not been
she's wearing the top, solid color top.
She's not worn the whole dress that we saw.
They lost in
we
doubles.
Saw that in singles. It's just that it didn't stay around very long.
I know. I missed Venus's match. I woke up and I was like, hey, Wang, sorry.
Yeah, she did wear it. But,
I just remembered something quite interesting. Back in the days, before 2011, when tennis was invented, pre-tennis, in 1999-98, the Williams sisters, I don't know if it's just the Williams sisters, but people used to come, their kit used to be multicolored. You used to have different colors. Okay, you wear different color for different rounds. Venus and Serena showed up at a Grand Slam with 7 dresses.
They did?
Okay, 7 outfits. Yes.
Oh.
They weren't wearing the same thing in round 2. I don't know what happened to that. I don't know if material or people trying to save the environment, but I'm just simply saying, people, if we, especially in the tournament before Wimbledon, when we just gonna all play basic white, come on now, people, a little color. Sloane looking like, I don't know.
I like Sloane.
Sloane looking like she's gonna go in war. It's just camouflage color. That dark navy, army green, black. No, it's not cute. I don't like it. Sloane should be in color, bright colors, you know.
She always did look good with Under Armour. They put her.
But I have to say, Petra did find something that fit her perfectly. So it looked nice while she was out there. Kontaveit in her club clothes was just like, no, girl, you're gonna go home. So I'm so proud of Petra. Most of the men looked, I have to say, you know.
But Delpo looks fine in black.
But I have to say, though, I have one query. I have to say, is Fonini the reverse flash? I don't know why that Thunderbolt is on your shirt, Babu.
It's working for him.
Yeah, but okay, I guess so. He on Rafa's side of the draw? No, you're not, right?
Who? Delpo?
Fonini.
No. Let me see. Let me double check that. Oh, he plays tomorrow.
Yes, he is. He's on but he's I mean Delpo or Chilich. He's on that that quarter.
Oh, that'll be a nice semis.
Rafa team looks good.
Team looks nice. That's a nice. He looks.
Yes.
I don't know what he's wearing.
And he's walking well, and he's a little pep in his step.
What do you mean he's walking well? Did he not walk well before?
A little pep in his step. I mean, he has crabby eyes. I always think he's gonna trip over. You know. Anyway. There's a little pep in his step. This major. I see him rushing up. You know, having key weight while he gonna have a little bathroom break after that set.
Djokovic looks nice.
He does look nice.
Djokovic looks very nice. That red.
He even looks like he gained 3 pounds.
I was about to say, look like he's eating. You know why? He probably ate some of that baby's food. What's her name? Alexis food.
Yeah, maybe he shared a meal with Olympia.
Olympia, that's her name. I don't know why I call her Alexis. That's her daddy.
It's part of her name. It is part of her name.
Oh, it is. Oh, God.
Yeah, Junior, right?
See, I'm not obsessed with other people's baby.
How can Dominic Thiem's butt look any bigger?
Honey, it can, and it
does.
Did
it? It doesn't.
And he wear black undies. That's what I'm just saying. He wear black undies to make it smaller.
What's Rafa wearing? What color?
We need to get him a cat suit. We need to get Dominic a cat suit.
Yeah, I
was just thinking the same thing. I want Dominic Thiem to come out in a cat suit.
In a cat suit, yes.
Stop it.
But Dominic, you have to go back to the blonde hair. You got to go back to the blonde highlights. To make that whole
I loved everything about your favorite reels that you tried to sell us on years ago, but I didn't buy. Benoit Paire looked very good.
Yes,
Benoit is very sexy, very nice,
very serious. I think about his tennis, but then he met Key, and Key was just like, "Fucker, I remember you at that U.S. Open in 2015
and in Japan. You know he beat Kai in his home tournament. I was like, fuck you."
We're not having that. But Karen Chachanov looked really nice too. He looks very solid. Someone said something to her. I didn't even realize on his shirt. I kept thinking, who does he remind me of? He reminds me of the Hemsworth brothers.
Yes, and that's not a good thing. But anyway.
Yeah, because they're usually pretty dull. And Karen showed himself to be that kind of dull character today versus Sasha Zverev.
The Helmsworth have missed me. Ooh, over my head. Yeah, I don't remember Garcia. I think she's just in blue. All the ladies are in blue. I mean, all the ladies are pretty much repped by the same companies now, and they don't really make a distinction about their outfits. But I think Caro Garcia is wearing blue, like all the Nike ladies. Nothing's interesting. Simona is forgettable because they used to put her in interesting clothes. I liked it when she just bought her clothes offline.
Yeah. She's not about that life anymore. But you know what? Hey, it ain't about the clothes. It's about the checks that you're cashing, right? Because it's going to be sweaty anyway. So they're not concerned about that. So but I'm just saying, think about the pictures. Think about your legacy. See, Serena is thinking about the pictures and her legacy. She got the cat suit. She got the pump. She got cat suit 1, cat suit 2. She got like pum shorts. She got all manner of things. And all y'all in a basic tee and skirt.
Alrighty then.
But anyway, before I go, because Janina wanted us to wrap up in an hour and a half, she gotta go get ready. She gotta go talk to J.R. Smith. And they're like, the basket is this way, okay? This way, okay? This way. Direction. But this is June. It's June 3rd.
Yes,
this
is
the Jamaica French Open, and this is Pride Month, I have to say. And we had enough lesbians on the WTA come out, who we fully and no need to be confused about where are lesbian. I'm talking to you, Samantha Jane Stoser and Kuzi. But
oh my God.
And I'm all for that. I have no problem with it.
First of all,
I actually like lesbians because that's more men for me.
You cannot out people in honor of Pride. That's a no-go. I'm coming.
Okay.
Yeah, that's illegal.
Thank you very much.
Illegal.
Yes. So go ahead and make your point.
Okay. But anyway, right. Okay. I don't know about these ladies. All right then. But we do know. What's her name? Udvank, I think. No. Udvank, right? And someone else. And that girl Mo, whatever her name. And there's another one.
Yes. There are a few.
But anyway. There's a few lesbians on tour, and we have Renee Stubbs, right? And she and Lisa Raymond back in the day fighting on court, right? Love a spat. But anyway, we ain't gonna talk about that. That's for another podcast. But anyway,
Renee Stubbs. Ask her.
Yeah, I should really get into that. That's something she should talk about. Then she shut the fuck up about something that she shouldn't be talking about. But anyway, what you would know for a fact. Here's what's surprising: I have not named a single man.
I know.
There are no men.
Even when they're retired.
I mean, in my mind, they're all out and Reels has off the litter. But that's all fantasy. And my feelings are not facts, okay? Feelings are not facts. So therefore, I would really love for 2018 for there to be ATP man. I don't care if I don't think you're hot or not. It's okay, but just have a hot boyfriend and let him be in the box. Right? A gay in the box. That is real advice for you. A gay in the box. Never go wrong. And let him be there cheering his man off and give a little murka drama. Be like, motherfucker, you're fighting with my man. We need a little some of that. A little spice.
Could I just say, that's
guy
really
on to be a commentator.
But you know what? It's really telling that we've not actually even had.
There's never been one
in retirement, even after retiring. What is that?
Actually, there was suspicion, and I forgot his name because he was around 99, 2000. I think he was from one of those Middle Eastern countries. Not Illinois. There's another guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, he was really cute, and he could definitely get it. Definitely. He was one of my first fantasies, but yeah, there's not been a man
come out.
Who come out. I mean, and if you see, this is the problem. Lodra confirmed that there is one. There is not just one homosexual in any place. There's just not. Let's be serious. Let's be serious. John Michael Gamble has not confirmed he's a homosexual, despite we see someone pinching his nipples and him hanging with Elton John. Come on now. I mean, he said we're confused. Okay,
we enter the Reels fantasy portion of the podcast.
No, but I'm just saying. Come on now, there should be at least a few out here. Okay, let's get some out here repping
the feminist on tour, and that's all I have to say.
Yeah,
maybe the feminist.
Okay. Alrighty.
All right. So that was great. Happy Pride, Reels. I hope you go out and have a blast. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to keep my black ass, go to the gym and keep my black ass quiet because you homosexual out there are wild and crazy. I'm just saying. Some of y'all be a little bit too much. But you know, another
podcast after dark, actually. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
You know what? There is always July and August. Okay, like you still gotta go to work and live your life, okay? But just saying, you know, so we're in the middle of the French Open, and if the clay court will be over next week, and then grass commence, and we're all be excited for that.
So who do we can we before we leave?
Oh yes, we do. We haven't done that.
Can we pick who ends up in the final?
Oh God.
Please,
God.
Please.
Rafa? I pick Rafa.
Easy. Kate, girl. Oh, by the way, happy birthday to Rafa.
It's his birthday today?
I think.
Oh. Yeah. Happy birthday.
Oh, and also, this is also a celebration and an anniversary of the peak 2011 match in which
Roger Federer had the amazing finger wave. Yes,
finger wag and kicked Novak Djokovic's ass. And that was really great. And we won't talk about the final, but that was epic, you all.
Yes. But I will tell you, Diva Dow said, thank you very much, Roger, for that wonderful birthday present.
He really did.
Yes.
You know, did you see Uncle Tony? All I remember about that match is Uncle Tony in the stands waiting to see who would, because at that time, Rafa was seriously feeling Novak on his ass.
Oh, Novak was on his ass. Every single night. It was on his ass. Like, what right.
He'd been losing every match to him. And then it was like, oh my God. And he came in all bummed and distressed and all this kind of stuff and all kinds of things.
Novak was ready.
Yeah, and remember everybody was
ready for that match.
Everyone was making fun of Roger. Oh my God, Grandpa can't win this match. He's better lucky if he gets it in 3 sets. Which he would because it's best of 5. But anyway, yeah, it was amazing. The finger wag moment, and then I remember Uncle Tony. He looked at him and says, "Excellent." That's what I remember. So by the way, the ball was in the final. The ball was in. I'm just letting y'all know.
Yeah.
So on the men's side, Rafa is coming out of this group of gestures, and I would put Cilic Affonini in the semifinal. Delpo, you're doing us a favor for Wimbledon, so keep on keeping on, boo. Keep on keeping on, Delpo, because I know you won't make it to Wimbledon. Okay. I am gonna say Novak and Dominic.
Yep.
On the men's side.
I have exactly the same thing.
On the women's side, I am going to say, since my drives are busted, I still have Simona around, so I'm going to say Simona and Garcia. I don't like Angie. Just put a note here.
Oh, you're going for quarters? Okay.
No, I'm going for these. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry, I got it confused. Okay. So I have Simona because, you know, she would set herself up and then just throw herself on the ground. And Garbiñe. That's going to be hot. Oh, Serena, actually. Oh, that's going to be tough.
You think Garbiñe beats Serena? I don't know. Okay.
That would be a good semifinal. That would be something. That's a real rivalry there. That's something worth watching. That is the real narrative there. Serena versus Garbiñe. That's what would be fun to watch. But if Serena don't get through, I think Garbiñe should get a
win.
2 majors at the same place. I won't be mad at that. But we have to get her a gay in the box. Just putting that out there. Ostapenko, thank you for fucking this up. Venus, Strikovac. God damn.
I don't know where my draws are.
Oh my God. Like, who is in this?
So we have Keys. I think we're going to get Keys versus
Sloane. Madison Keys. Yes.
Keys versus Sloane.
Yes. That's it. That's definitely it. Because God damn, everybody knows it. Just all the people I was going to pick was just like, nope, she left.
Okay. You know, I would really want my ice princess to meet your queen. So it'd be really fun if we had a Sloane versus Serena final. But I don't know if we have that. That'd be really cool.
That would not be fun.
That'd be like TV worthy. People might actually watch. People would actually try to find that.
They'll watch if Serena's in it regardless.
Exactly. They won't watch if you put Sloane, it's cool because you put Sloane in it. She's the last winner. Right?
They're gonna make Sloane. They're gonna frame this like how they framed that black woman who gets on Fox.
Oh, nobody.
Yeah,
nobody's doing that.
Huh.
Nobody's doing that. But it would be fun. It'd be two Americans. I know sometimes.
Yeah.
It'd be two
that
Americans
would be
in the final. Actually, it'd be kind of
fun, I guess.
Keys, but I wouldn't trust Keys to open my door.
Because you keep locking ourselves out of the major wins.
Oh, it's too bad they can't actually both be in the final. But yeah.
So people, let's hear your pick. You put your comments below. Dima has Rafa and Team, Gabinia and Simone in the finals. Master A said Chad, and they're all team. I feel disrespected. Sloan defeated at NW. So they think Serena will win at here. Yeah.
I'm thinking Susie, my favorite tennis watcher bud. Susie is picking Serena as having a potential run like Roger did when he came back having not played.
Yes, I saw that. But just like Rafa didn't have a baby.
No. But the idea that you just show up and you have no expectations and you run through that draw and have some like matches like that,
But Serena is definitely playing herself into shape though. She's looking better and better every round.
Give me my fucking props.
What?
God damn, someone's being petty Ann over here. God damn.
What's your prop for? What are we giving you props for?
She said it's about Serena.
Play yourself into form?
Y'all told me it wasn't
the tax man. She want all the receipts.
That's right, I do.
You know what? For somebody who actually doesn't watch tennis, Janina's really hitting out the park. Do you like how I said that?
We're gonna have to start a prayer. You're gonna have to start to give us some money, some real money.
Janina, we bowed down to you. You were right.
Yes,
you said that Serena would show up and play, and you said that she would have a strong chance of winning. Listen, who are we to call you wrong about the double?
Let me just say, do you have any feelings about Rafa not winning here? Can you do that Svengali? That thing you do.
I already told you to watch out for the Serbian devil.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what? Can I tell you? A secret Nole snatch would save this Roland Garros. First of all, it would just be hilarious because then the media would have to bend over themselves
and actually write a piece
to write about like Novak and how that happened.
Delete.
They've already got the pre-press set up.
Exactly.
Set up in the final.
But this would be good for. I mean, like the only thing I have a problem is that when I saw Nole put out that dance video, I was like, one, you don't have the booty for that move, so you need to stop. And second, it's like he's happy, he's eating. And third, like, god damn, here comes the return of fucking Nole fam. They're gonna be all over the goddamn place. I know they got something really to talk about. They got some meat to talk about. So, I mean, I think this would definitely be definitely revitalize his career and his mindset or whatever the case may be. So, if he can do this, I'm all for it. But
I will say I don't agree with Nole's coach that he didn't get enough special attention because I don't think I remember anyone saying Nole should retire. Ask Rafa and Roger about that. Yeah. People have been wanting to retire them for years. So everybody's
Who's Nole coach? Who's Nole coach?
Or he doesn't really have one.
Yeah, he has a coach, Vida. Marion Vida. I think somebody
temporary dude.
Yeah,
you're on probation. What the fuck are we talking? You're on probation.
Somebody from his camp was making that statement that he didn't get enough special attention, and people have been really harsh about his year off. And
he wasn't showing up, and he kept giving mixed messages. Get the fuck out of here! No one knew what to write about him. Is it his elbow, and then you see a wrist bandage? Get the fuck out of here!
I never saw anyone tell him that it was time to retire, that he was washed up. So I feel like they never done that
because they don't care enough about him.
Well, I don't know if they don't, but they certainly haven't been treating him horrendously. They've just been confused. So. I don't know.
Seriously confused.
I think we need to bury that victim narrative around Novak.
God, everybody loves to be a victim out here. God damn.
I know. I thought they were masters of the universe. Anywho.
But anyway, folks, we're over our time. Janina wanted us to be 90 tight minutes, and she got to go get JR ready. Take out his ball out of LeBron's Merce and let she got to go get JR's ball.
But you know what, Janina? I have a good feeling about it because the reality is that the Cavs really, really, really took it to the Warriors. It was just a sloppy play. So I think you got a good shot, baby.
Maya's like, you tried your best. It didn't work. It's like Maya's like, that's like a Roger play, right? You do your best over there, and then I'll show you. And then I'll show you when it comes to that 10th game.
Bye.
But anyway, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. We enjoyed listening to us. And Don't forget to comment below and put the word out that we the Roger Federer of Tennis podcast. Just stop.
We have a really bad head-to-head against another podcast. Ah, damn it.
All right. No other podcast exists. They're like Roger at the clay season. They're just not there.
Oh, God damn it, I hate you. Okay.
I'll see you folks later first. Bye.